Moving on forward, yes, I'm going to keep it very simple, but I can tell you the context of it is actually very, very thick today. The class is only 1 hour and 10 minutes. I will not rush through it. I'll take my time in explaining in detail. All right, I think most of the classes that has been conducted prior, let's say when they talk about chart patterns, they just breeze through it, like introducing you what kind of patterns that it's available in the market, but they do not actually tell you in detail how this pattern behaves, why this pattern is like that, and how should you interpret the chart for this particular pattern. All right, so this is what it is all about. All right, and as you can see, is in a series of 3. Potentially, okay, there might be more than 3, depending on whether am I able to consolidate as much as information as possible in the next other 2 classes. All right, so if I'm not able to, then I'll extend the class further. I think there's no other better time to learn this right now, because it is not only useful though for the US market, it is actually very useful for all markets and all forms of derivatives. When we are talking not only from form of equities, we're talking about indexes, okay, we're talking about commodities, we're talking about futures, because at the end of the day, it is a chart that shows you value. So therefore, there is pattern out of it. All right, because why? There is human intervention in the process, and it actually displays human psychological behavior in the buy and sell. In the other words, the shorter word for it is actually sentiment. Now, with regards to that, since it is able to reflect that, so basically technical analysis is applicable for it. All right, so what is chart patterns? Let's move on. Is everyone ready? Everyone is ready. Type the word ready inside the chat group right now before I begin. All right. And if there is any question, if there's any question pertinent to the chart that I'm talking about, you have questions, just feel free to drop the question inside the chat group. Okay. I'll do my best in answering. If I missed it, just forward the question to the customer service. All right. And I will attend to it later, as always. All right. So if everyone's ready, there's 31 of you and coming up 32, please type the word ready inside the chat group right now. Then before I begin. All right. It's very, very important that you take as much as you could from this particular session today, because moving on forward, I wouldn't be revisiting the patterns that I'll be talking about today. All right. So it is very, very important that you get it. And then at the same time also, there is replace for it. So you can actually rewatch it again if you're not sure. And if you have questions after that, you can actually, like I said, always forward the question to customer service, and the questions will come to me later and I'll answer it. Okay. So since everyone's ready, all right. Since everyone's ready, then I will begin this session for today. So what is chart patterns? Price or chart patterns are pictures or formations which appear on price or index charts for stocks or commodities. It can be things like Forex, so far and so forth, futures index, that can classify into different categories that have predictive value. Now, more often than not, a lot of people keep talking about chart patterns, price patterns, formation of pictures, like what you see over here. There's so many forms of it. Okay, but actually, how useful is it? How useful is it? I can tell you one thing, it is one of the most critical part of technical analysis that I do not think anyone should actually miss out in that process in learning it, because it will give you a very, very distinct and clear direction what you should be anticipating next for the particular asset that you are actually either trading, investing, or otherwise monitoring. Okay, it could be in that manner. All right, so you can see it all in front over here, but it's just pictures so long as I don't explain in detail about it. But today I will go through not each one of them, okay, because simply there's not enough time. So we take it slow. Okay, the most important thing is you understand it. you know how it works, you know how to apply the knowledge in that process. And from there, you can actually use this, okay, to move forward in the future. Let's say, for example, if you are not sure whether you should continue to hold, and let's say, for example, if the price fell from the top and then after you draw the chart, it's so obvious what you observe, it is there already, and then practically you just need to know what it is, and then you close your position accordingly in the process, or even open position in that process, because in chart patterns as well, there is opportunity for you to open as well as closing your position. All right. So moving on forward, there's two types of patterns. Okay, we are referring to reversal and continuation. All right, please type these two words, reversal and continuation. Why is this very important? Because it's very simple. When you look at the chart pattern, you always ask yourself one question. Hey, the price is going up. Is it going to continue to go up? So one of the gauge that is able to tell you whether is it going to continue to go up, and you'll be asking the same question as well. Hey, the price keep going down. Is it going to continue to go down? So when you have this kind of question, you actually need an answer. And when these kind of questions come out, it's a form of cognition skill that's actually in you. Now, the thing over here is that you need to have skills and knowledge, which is the reason why you're attending the class today. And then after that, you apply the knowledge and skill that you have learned today to look for congruency in the market for the charts. Okay, then you know how to act upon it thereafter. So I need you guys to type the word reversal and continuation inside the chat, then I'll continue. So basically, that is the purpose of having chart patterns. It's either a reversal from the top, or otherwise the bottom, or otherwise it's a continuation for an uptrend or a continuation for a downtrend. Okay, so please type the word reversal and continuation inside the chat before I continue. I don't see anyone typing at all. Goodness gracious. Need to ask one more time, is it? Reversal and continuation.